This is a big day for dentists and humans. I'm here with my friend, Nacho sponsor, Dr. Zwade, who's going to share with us if you just matched into a residency program, you want to listen in because our amazing sponsor, Doc2Doc, has a special topping to help you. Zwade, you've been on with me before, but just to catch people up, orient people. We all run around, see so many patients. I say, who's in the next room? Let me just orient myself. Who am I talking to? Orient our audience to you. Where are you sitting now? What's the company you started and what do you do in your daily Doc2Doc life?
Hey, Nachos. I am Dr. Zwade Marshall. Paul, it's always a pleasure to be with you and your audience. You guys are fun. I can't help but smile whenever I talk to you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You bring a smile out of
You know, that's exactly what my wife says at all times. Just constant smiling when she sees this face. Thanks, Zwade.
I'm an anesthesiologist and interventional spine specialist. I'm sitting in my office in Atlanta, Georgia. I saw patients this morning. I'll see some more this afternoon as well. But I know how impactful and significant today is in the lives of so many dentists and dentists to be in terms of trainees. In that it's the day when you find out what's going to happen in the next phase of your career. And I can recall my own personal match day vividly. It was in 2011 now, and there's a whole host of emotions that comes with this day. And so thrilled to be a part of this with you guys.
I appreciate it. Just to catch my audience up, my team up, this is the day where dentists find out if they match. These are some of the programs that are highlighted, not all of them. Pediatric dental specialty, oral surgery specialty. Something that's close to me is the GPR AGD. You know, medicine, Zwade, has residencies baked into what you do next. You know, you follow around bigger, stronger doctors to learn what you do. I was at Albert Einstein Hospital. I love that experience. Dentistry does not have that requirement for all states. So many choose to do an AGD or GPR. So I was on Instagram today championing people. Also, if you're watching in and you didn't match for any reason, it doesn't mean you can't be helped. There's a lot of creative ways to still match with a program, post-match, find out more about it. So Zwade, you asked to come on and do this special. We're going to talk about some of these special toppings, but one of the stories I like from you could just highlight to the audience is you created Doc2Doc around your own personal experience of needing to move after your residency. Tell us about that.
Sure. So Doc2Doc Lending was kind of founded on the premise of many doctors across the country that match into a program and quickly realize after they celebrate the excitement of knowing where they're going to be next, that there are really, really high expenses associated with that transition. And prior to, matching, all we've known is debt. We've been studying, we've been working, we've been paying college student loans and then student loans in medical and dental schools. And now we need to get access to capital for first, last month's rent, broker fee, the moving truck, the van. You need to have deposits, right, et cetera. And Doc2Doc Lending was founded to be able to fill that gap for folks. Now I think I'm one of the stronger doctors that are helping to mentor folks as they come through medicine and it's a tough time in healthcare, and the pressures on us as practitioners is quite real. Over the course of the last 5 years, a lot of energy around increasing the number of practitioners out there, increasing dental and medical school class sizes, but residency spots have not also increased yet, and so you'll have a lot of folks who don't have a seat to sit in with match day and will likely have to plan to do other things as well. And so our heart goes out to them as well, and the folks who are voluntarily, choosing to not go through the dentist match, but the ones who tried to and did not match, know that there's still going to be things for you guys to do. And so we're here with all of you for sure.
Also, we're going to go over a lot of fun topics, but if you'd like to text lending, the word lending, to 215-543-6454, or check in the comments to learn how you can connect with Doc2Doc. I'm proud to have worked with you as a sponsor. You have helped dentists and dental nachos do an amazing things like be able to purchase equipment to start their own traveling oral surgery business. Because when you need money, you need money. And you made a good point. It's fairly demoralizing. I have some people watching and that I know who are non-dentists here. They've chose maybe the business route and they made money immediately after college. And sometimes they say to you, don't you have any money? And you're a fourth-year dentist, like, no, I got to ask my parents for money. And
that's right.
It could just be very demoralizing. And I think what you guys have created is not only helps with money, but really helps with morale. So before we get into the match day special, could you just give our audience kind of a summary of how Doc2Doc works for dentists. If somebody's watching and saying they're a few years out, they're 10 years out, because they're a dentist, what do you guys do to help them get access to funding?
That's right. So we give loans to dentists, and that's dentists and dental students who've matched. So if you're a student today that just matched into a residency and you have that confirmation letter saying you've matched, you're now eligible to borrow up to $25,000 from us. If you're an in-practice dentist, you can borrow up to $100,000. Now, as Paul just said, there's a lot of shame and embarrassment that goes with needing to borrow money at this time in your life. And so we made our process to be pretty anonymous and pretty frictionless, right? You go into our website, doc2doclending.com/dental-match, and that's Dental Nachos link. And we will process a 3-minute application, your name, date of birth, reason for your funding request, and we're able to do all of the kind of underwriting on the back end within minutes. We don't do a hard credit pull, so it does not adversely impact your credit score when you apply for a loan from us, and we'll furnish you with an approval within 3 minutes if it's an approval. If there's going to be any kind of additional documentation required, we'll furnish that to you within 24 hours. And then you can have the cash in your account within 5 business days. So it's all meant to be pretty seamless and frictionless. You can apply in the middle of the night, early in the morning, on Saturday or Sunday, and you can get a doctor on the phone talking to you about your process after you apply with us as well.
I mean, I love that. And we're talking about transitions, and I want to talk about your prizes thing in a second. But one of the transitions that's a big one for our community is purchasing a dental practice. And just like purchasing a home, so many additional expenses come in where you just need access to money. And, in an authentic way, it's important to check the interest rates. And I know, since this is an unsecured loan, some of the interest rates can be higher. But just like the community member who purchased oral surgery equipment, you can pay off the entire loan before the 5 years. So do you have prepayment penalties for your loans?
That's right. Thank you for that, Paul. We do not have prepayment penalties. And so a part of what Paul's referencing there is the fact that this is not a practice loan where we're asking you for your business plan, your practice financials, or any of those things. We just care the fact that you're a dentist and you've got a job and you've matched. Or you've got line of sight to being in your practice. And so we're able to fund this pretty seamlessly, and the rates start at 8.9% without prepayment penalties. And so if after 3 months or 9 months, you've got a larger loan from your bank and you begin to see cash flows come in, you can pay off your loan at any time without any additional fees charged for the interest that we lose by you paying it off early. We encourage it.
I love that. And one of the things I had started a thread about investing in continuing education out of dental school. And, when someone said, I took out a loan for $25,000 and I invested in my implant education, I was able to pay that loan off in under a year, but I never would have been able to get those skills without it. And one of the things I think dentists don't embrace as much as medical doctors is the need to continually improve your skills. And you might not be able to fund that from your associate job. I want to ask a question here, and I think I know the answer, but if someone has an associate job offer, can they come to you guys for a loan then?
They certainly can. So if they have an offer and it's been accepted, an executed contract, so we know that you've met your match, that practice has given you an offer letter and you've signed agreeing to those terms, that is enough for you to get funded with us as well. It's a verification of employment.
So whether it's CE expenses, moving expenses, and also I love Kenton's such a great guy too. He's on. Also, there's poignant things that people have used these loans for, from fertility treatments, which is a fun thing, to sadly some not fun things like taking care of sick family members or funerals. But you guys are kind of there for what I call the fun and the effed up parts of life for medical professionals. Is that an accurate way to put it?
It's completely accurate. I think life happens, right? Like we're at the time in our lives as healthcare practitioners where we're mortgaging our youth. This is the time when our friends and our peers have already started families. They've already been buying homes. They've been buying maybe their second home now. And we've been in the library with our backpacks on studying and giving our lives to serving people. And so at Doc2Doc, we recognize that hardship. We don't just look at debt to income ratios the way a bank would, because we know that you're sacrificing for a future good and the income will be coming later. And so this is a life happens loan. It could be for CME. It could be for a practice buy-in. It could be for an associate. It could just be because your car broke down and you need a new
Yeah.
transmission, or you got a flood in your apartment. Like, it's the life happens loan. It's the everything else. We're here to stand with you
Yeah,
for that
I
hardship.
like it. You're supporting people without judgment. Maybe some people want to buy a dog. Maybe they're moving somewhere and they don't have any friends, and we got a golden doodle for my friend, so maybe they want to get a dog, and there's a few $1,000s. So let's bring us back to this match day thing, because people are finding out. We're going to share this recording. They're finding out right now that they're going to be matched into these specialty programs, these GPR programs. And, as a practicing dentist, you have this $100,000 limit, but you've created this $25,000 loan opportunity. Just review that with us. Somebody's watching saying, I just matched into a pediatric dental residency. I live in Philadelphia. I'm going to San Francisco. Talk to me a little bit about this product.
That's exactly right. So first and foremost, it's congratulations. You've gotten the green light to move forward in your career with this additional bit of training. And we appreciate what that means for you and your income and your next step in your transition in dentistry. And so with that letter, you can then go on to our website at doc2doclending.com/dental nachos and submit an application. There's going to be a drop-down bar that says you were a matched dentist, and we will begin to process your application. Now, I was in Atlanta for medical school at Emory, and I matched into Harvard in Boston. I needed to go from a pretty low cost of living city to one of the most expensive rental markets in the country. I needed to borrow $18,000. And what Doc2Doc, if it were around when I was applying, would have done for me then was allow me to apply, process the application in about 3 minutes, do all the back end credit underwriting pieces without much input from the borrower, and then furnish an approval pretty quickly. If it's not going to be an approval, we'll call and we'll talk you through what that means and why. There are some credit requirements. You can't have any current or active collections accounts, any bankruptcies in the course of the past 5 to 7 years. But should you just have credit scores that are impacted by the fact that you've got student loan debt and very little income, we're here to stand by you as well.
Yeah, so key. I mean, I think it's just really remarkable and awesome that you're thinking about these people that, has kind of been forgotten, right? It's like, I feel like I was forgotten going from 4th year to my general practice residency. It was exciting, but how would I get money to do this? Now tell us what everybody likes, Zwade. Free stuff. Dentists really love free stuff. Very interesting. They don't like discounts on the care that they offer, but they like a discount. A dentist would like a discount inside of a discount, but you have some free prizes to share. I love fun. This is what we do. So we're sharing. So if someone's listening in, watching in today, they can enter if they are a dental student or a dentist that's matched into a program. Tell us, I know you have a grand prize, another prize, and your awesome team is on here who can share, but tell us what Doc2Doc is giving away as an awesome sponsor to the community.
Sure. As being a partner with Dental Nachos, and we love your audience so much, we wanted to find a way to kind of make this day as exciting as it can be for you all. And so our team just recently put together a $500 match day prize. It's called a Gleam campaign. There's a link within the chat feature. You go in, you register, and you can submit up to 8 entries. Share with friends as well, and those are just all opportunities for you to have an extra chance to win the $500. There's going to be some other prizes. I don't know exactly what they are. I think my team knows, but that's all going to be marketed on the website as well for you guys.
I like that. I also check the fine print, because whoever wins has to take me to Zahav in Philadelphia, is one of the world's greatest restaurants. That's inside the fine print. If you want to take me to Zahav with your winnings, that's great. Well,
Zahav, what kind of food is that?
That's like Mediterranean Israeli food. It's traditionally gets rated as one of the best restaurants in the country. It's right in our backyard. So when you guys come in April, you can make a reservation. Then we have an amazing event coming up.
Your
in
treat.
April. Yeah. My treat. I'll treat you guys to Zahav when you guys come in. It's a really fantastic.
We've got you on
place.
record. We got you on record.
You've recorded it. Yeah, now my team's upset. They're going to demand to go. Just one of you though. The rest of has to pay. Just you have to, you, Kenton. No, Jennifer. I'll take Jennifer. She wins. So I just want to wrap up and share. I'm so grateful that we crossed paths through a dental connection from my brother's dental school friend. And it really is just phenomenal what you're doing. I want to just review. You can text lending to 215-543-6454. You can text lending to 215-543-6454. You can reach out to us at salsa@dentalnachos.com. But Zwade, if someone's watching and it just says, hey, I want to connect with the Doc2Doc team through Dental Nachos, how can they connect with you guys?
Yeah, so there's our website, doc2doclending.com/dental nachos. There's a contact us feature on there that goes directly to our support team, and it goes to a network of physicians that'll be the ones to respond should you have any specific question. We're here as a partner of Dental Nachos, and Paul, we love what you guys do.
Thanks.
And if you're hearing my voice right now, you should know that our leadership team is on standby to respond to inquiries from this audience around this topic. So when you click that submit link, it gets funneled to one of our doctors directly to be able to kind of speak with you about exactly what your borrowing needs are if you want to talk. But you don't have to speak to someone. You can apply and we get this funded for you quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what you guys do, our motto is ABC to FLA, always be connecting to feel less alone. It can feel very lonely as a dentist out there going through these transitions, and so glad to have you guys on our team. Thanks so much, Zwade.
It's my pleasure. You're very welcome. Thank you.